Welcome to another Ondo update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also, check out the new third wave of the third wave merchandise, and also please know that this video was recommended by one of our gold members. So if you want us to cover a specific altcoin for you on the channel, you can do that by becoming a gold member. And yeah, that's all I have. About that. Right now we need to talk about the Ondo chart, and Ondo, honestly, it's looking very good. Yes, we did drop to the 0.786 support level right here, but we did not get another low in the, into the much bigger ABC structure that was still possible. So the second wave right here could have easily turned into an ABC, which could have gotten us back to 42 cents. I mentioned that, and well, by the looks of it, we did not get that, and by the looks of it, we will not get that. So this is still a big one to set up. And well, the targets for the third wave of the third wave are still on the chart. I'm going to talk about them as well, but first I want to talk about the short term. So let's go. I think it's actually good if we go on the 1 hour chart, just because it looks a bit better. So right here, what we have, the setup is not the best. However, it looks very similar to what we have on the other altcoin charts as well. We are currently in a 1, 2, 3, 4 setup, just like we are on the Cardano chart and on a Link chart and on a VeChain chart and even on the Near protocol chart. So it's pretty much the exact same setup, and right now we are waiting to find a bottom. Now Ondo right here actually got to the 0.618 support level, so we cannot really afford to drop lower than this, because that's gonna turn the 1, 2, 3, 4 setup on the chart right here into a diagonal. Now this would only turn into a diagonal if we dropped in below 92.6 cents, so we still have some space on the downside, but I don't really want to see it go that low. Now I am gonna put the 0.786 support level on the chart as well, just in case we drop to that level, but right now we should get a reaction, and the target for the fifth wave is at $1.20, well, let's say 22 cents, and well, it's between that and $1.26, so somewhere in this region should be enough. Now, once we get these 5 waves, that will obviously not confirm that the low is in, but it's gonna be bullish because it's gonna be a 5-wave move up. Now, the Ondo structure is a bit different compared to the other structures. I know I said it's pretty much the exact same setup. However, on the Cardano chart, it's a bit more clear what we're doing, and on the Ondo chart, it's a bit unclear because, well, we did not quite get to the 1.618 right here for the third wave. But honestly, it does not really matter what happens in the short term. Maybe it matters if you are, trading, or if you want to look for a better buying position, but I don't think we're gonna drop much lower right now. Even if we drop to like the 0.786 support level, I still think we're gonna bounce after that, and I think we're gonna finally get above the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average. So even if the wave count is not correct, which seems unlikely, but even if that's the case, I'm still expecting Ondo to go up, and I think the low is already in, just because we almost have 5 waves up, and just because the market is getting ready for a reversal. Also, when you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, it has broken down. Well, it's not really a huge breakdown, but it's down like 3%, and it's getting closer to the bull market support band and the 200-day moving average. And well, when you look at the weekly, well, not the weekly, but the daily chart, maybe we have already topped, and if that's the case, then it's gonna start dropping soon. And if it's gonna start dropping, then Ondo will finally start going up again, just like the other altcoins and just like Ethereum. So the chart is still looking very good. I'm gonna talk about the long term as well, but I don't think I'm actually done with the short term. So right now, what we need to do in order to actually start the fifth wave up is to get above the moving average right here on the 4-hour RSI. What we have right now on the chart, this downtrend, as you can see, we have been below the moving average for a couple of days, about 1 week at this point. And this looks very similar to what we did right here. As you can see here, we also got below the moving average, multiple times, and we tried getting above it and we got rejected each time. And then at some point, we finally got above the moving average right here. We broke below it. We did not break below it. We tested it, and then we used it as support, and that gave us this move from 82 cents all the way up to like $1.10. And right now, we are pretty much waiting for the exact same thing. Now, you could also put a trend line on this chart on the RSI if you really wanted to. This is what most of the altcoins have on the charts anyways, so this trend line could also work, but I mean, maybe we're not gonna drop that low. Maybe we'll, start bouncing right now. And if we do, what we need to do is break above the moving average, retest it like we did right here, and then we need to use it as support, and that's gonna give us, the fifth wave that's going to get us to the fifth wave targets, and that's going to get us above the bull market support band. And speaking of that, we're going to have a cross here in maybe a couple of days, maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not really sure about that, but as you can see here, when we had a cross, Ondo, let's say it went from like 80 something cents all the way up to like $2. And I mean, yes, it might not seem like a lot, but if you bought down here at like 50 cents, I mean, you would be up like we would have been up like 4x here. So we're waiting for a cross, and a cross on the bull market support band usually means that the price is about to start, reversing, and that's good. Now, that's it about the short term. Now I want to talk about the daily chart as well, because here we have a trend line, and I've had this trend line on the chart for probably a couple of months at this point, and I have not even moved it in a long time. And as you can see, we had multiple reactions to the trend line. I mean, we had one here, one here, one here, and even one right here, if you count this as a reaction. And yeah, I mean, this is still bullish. Ondo is still in a downtrend. Yes, we did break below the trend line right here, but then we got back above it. We retested it, and by the looks of it, we actually used it as support. And yeah, after that we bounced, so this is looking very good. Now let's talk about the setup that we are in right now. So this is a 1-2 setup, and we are in another 1-2 setup here, meaning we are waiting for the third wave of the third wave right now. The minimum target for that is the 1618 of the 1-2 setup here. That is at $5.25. Are we gonna go that high? I have no idea, but that's the minimum target that I have. Now, obviously, if you don't, want to wait that long, and if you want to take some profits, some profit taking would be nice at $3.90, and maybe even at like, let's see, about $3.18. So yeah, I mean, you could even look at the 100% extension right here and maybe take some profits at like $2.14. Obviously not financial advice, but I mean, this could be a good time to, maybe get something from, your investments. And obviously, again, not financial advice. So yeah, I mean, that's all you need to know about this. Now, the third wave, the main third wave, the minimum target for that is at $5.16. However, the 1-2 setup here was very impulsive, so we're probably going higher, and that means that, well, the third wave could easily overextend to the 200% extension if everything goes well. Now, is everything gonna go well? I have no idea. I mean, I will be able to give you an exact target for the main third wave once we actually get the third wave of the third wave and the fourth wave down. And let's say the third wave of the third wave does extremely bad. Let's say we only go to like $3.90, and then the fourth wave move down puts us at about $2.14. If that were to happen, the main target for the main third wave would be at about, let's actually reverse this, $5. So that's pretty much at the 1618. Now that in my opinion is the worst case scenario, and if Bitcoin dominance actually drops from 65% where it was up here to my target of about 41% in the next couple of months, then I think Ondo could easily get above $10, but that's just my opinion. Keep in mind, the market cap for this coin is much lower than some other altcoins, so I mean, the risk is higher, but it could also go up a lot more, so I'm pretty sure you are already aware of that. So right now we're just waiting for the cross on the bull market support band, and well, that's all I need to know, to be honest. I mean, there's something else on the weekly chart. We got above the moving average right here, which is very, very good, and by the looks of it, we're about to retest it like we did, I think, about right here. Now here we got below it, and that actually gave us a bounce for some reason, but I think this is why the first wave up of the first 1-2 set, well, actually of the third wave move was not that impulsive. Yes, I mean, it was a 4x move, but compared to some other altcoins, it was not the best move because it only went up 4x, and I mean, some odds went up like 5x, maybe 6x, and I think this only happened because we did not manage to find support at the moving average. So right now, what we need to do is get to that level, or maybe don't, maybe just, get a bounce right now. But we need to stay above the moving average if we want to remain bullish, because if we get below it, that could actually lead to another low right here, and maybe even to test the 0.618 support level of the bigger second wave down, which is at 42 cents. Now, like I said, I don't think that's gonna happen, but this chart is very, very new. It's, I think, like, let's say about 18 months old. So obviously, I mean, we don't have a lot to talk about, but the setup is pretty clear and we are expecting support levels. And yeah, I'm expecting higher prices in the next couple of months. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates for only like $5 a month. Also check out the third wave of the third wave merchandise, like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.